I've had a few people ask me how I do this type of redemption on Twitch.
Nom 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 nom.
I think things like this on Twitch add some interactivity to the stream, so if you want to add something similar for your own streams, then here's what I use. Firstly, you're gonna need some sort of a Streamerbot. A bot such as Firebot or Streamerbot, etc. Pretty much anything that has access to your OBS sources and filters that can turn them on and off. Secondly, depending on what you want the redemption to achieve, you might also need a second camera. For me personally, I go from a human to a potato for my redeem, so I need two cameras. Mostly just so I don't mess it up and change the settings on them, but it's so much easier just to have two separate ones, one for each person. Thirdly, have something that you want to change into. This could be a PNG tuber or a VTuber, or for me, it's a silly potato. To get this lens that I'm using, I actually have a subscription to Phil Walton on Patreon. You may have seen their work on the old SNAPCAM app before it got taken down. He's the fellow that did the original potato, and he still makes new ones, so being part of the Patreon allows me to access the latest one, like the dinosaur model, which was actually a suggestion of mine in his Discord, so thank you, Phil. Side note, if you are on a budget and you can't afford a Patreon sub, but you still want to use some sort of an old SNAPCAM filter, you can actually still get them. I'll pop a link with the information down below. It doesn't have any of the new filters, but it does have the old ones back from 2020 when the SNAPCAM app first closed down. Fourthly, having some sort of animation or sound to introduce the lens or PNG YouTube or whatever it is that you have onto the screen is optional, but it does add a personal touch for each redemption. For mine, for example, I have a very basic intro and outro animation that I botched together in DaVinci Resolve. That was using GIFs and PNGs and whatever I could find or make at the time. I try and keep mine new with each lens that I use, so it has a different theme to go with whatever game I'm playing at the time. That way it just keeps it fresh and new each time. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is open up your OBS and your Streambot. Mine is an organized chaos, so don't worry about any of the other scenes that you can see here. And this is Firebot. It's free, I like the interface, and everything I've built on it is right here. I've not really had any need to move to a Streamerbot yet, but if I wasn't happy with this one, then that would be my bot of choice. But for now, Firebot has an active and helpful Discord community, and the devs are always looking for ways to improve it, so I don't see a reason to change mine currently. For the sake of this tutorial, we're going to take on an easier transition, a simple intro and outro with sound. You can find a lot of GIFs and stuff like that if you want for your stream on Giphy. They have a sticker section where it has all of the backgrounds removed, and you can easily put those into DaVinci and add sounds to them for your own use. The potato that we're going to be building today is for this potato, so I want something birthday themed, and I have already have the GIFs and everything we need, so let's go. Okay, so step one is you are going to need a new scene. So I've already got mine set up. I'm not going to mess with it. Make yourself a new scene, call it character or something like that, and add in your source here for whatever it is. Mine is a browser source. Yours could be a VTuber or PNG tuber software. Capture that. Or it could be the old SNAPCAM camera capture as well. So make a new scene. Call it whatever you want. Make a new source for your character. Step two is you need another scene for your intro and outro animations. So again, I've already got mine. I'm not going to mess around with it. These are going to be likely to be media sources if you're using a WebM or a GIF. I always suggest using a WebM over an MP4 due to the size of the files being smaller. These are the ones that I've added. So we have the potato going out and the potato going in. And just for ease, I've called my scene Party Tato, so I know which one that we're using today. Okay, the next step is go to the scene that you want this redemption to be active on. You can use multiple scenes to set it up on. It just takes a little bit more to set it up. For this tutorial, we're just going to be using the one singular scene, and that is my game scene, which is basically where I do all my gaming and stuff. Once you've got the scene that you want, just make two sources from the scenes that you created earlier. One for your animation, which is Party Tato for me, and one for the character, which is Snap for me. Yours should be called character, if you've been following along. Just to make it easier. I'm not changing my names, okay? The fourth step is you're gonna need to adjust the animations to where they need to be on the scene. To do this, if you go to the scene that you created, for me it's Party Tato, select the source that you want to adjust, and you go to properties. If you click loop, this is going to be an easy way for you to actually see the visual just looped over and over. That way you can move it to where you need it to be. Once you got the placement done, go ahead and untick the loop button. If you can't hear your media once you put it into your actual OBS, make sure that you come down to the audio mixer, click on advanced audio properties, and just check in here. For me, mine's on monitor only, but I did mute it while I did the loop because that shit was annoying as hell. Okay, so now you've got your intro and your outro in the same place that you want them. You've got all your scenes set up for where you need them to be. Open up the bot that you're going to be using. I'm not sure how other bots look, but for me, Firebot is pretty simple and it's pretty easy to navigate. So I need to go to channel rewards, create a new channel reward, and give my reward a name. This one is Party Tato Test. Describe what this does. This will show up on Twitch. Make Sal a Tato for 10 mins. You can adjust the cost, the color, redemption cooldown, limits per stream, limit per user for stream if somebody keeps spamming it. And you can change the reward icon here, but I always go onto Twitch's actual reward page and change it there. So here is where the actual redemption starts. So we need to make the entire list of what we want this redemption to do. So the first thing you're going to come down to is add a new effect, and you're going to need to toggle an OBS source visibility. Then in here, you can see mine is absolutely chock full of sources. Yours won't look like this because you're not a little goblin that fills your OBS with junk. So hopefully you've named your things something simple that you can find. Mine have been called Party Tato, so all I need to do is search in the filter for party, and I'll always find the sources that I need to click on and off. If we quickly hop back to OBS, have a look at the Party Potato redemption. It's set to invisible right now, so nobody can see it. So the first thing we want to do on our journey is go over to the Firebot, find the potato, find the game scene and the Party Tato, and click show. And then we're just going to duplicate this for ease of finding it, edit it, type in party again, and find the Party Potato in. This is the animation that you want your character to come in on. And we're going to have that show as well. So basically all this is doing is toggling the visibility of that OBS source on and off. Firebot also gives you the ability to edit the label just so you know what you're doing. So this is the Party Tato scene on. And the next one is Party Animation in. Depending on the animation that you choose, you may also want to add in some delays. Some animations take a few seconds, some only take a second. Depending on what you want to do, make sure you've got the delay set properly. Party scene on. Party animation in, so that means the horns are coming down. Then we want to hide our main camera. To do that, it's basically just another toggle OBS source visibility. And then I'm going to search for cam because for whatever reason, I have 5 vigilante cams. It's easy for me to find it. All I need to do is look for the game scene and find the camera that I use, which is cam for game clone. And we want to set that to hide. Just a small side note, if you want your camera to disappear in a certain way, you can right click on your source. So I'm right clicking on my cam source, and then if you go down to hide transition, you can change how it disappears on here and how long it takes to disappear. So if you need something to disappear quickly, you can change this down to like 0 milliseconds and just disappear. Or if you want it to fade away, there's fading. There's also the Lumia wipe, which has a ton of different ways for it to disappear. Similarly, if you wanted to show it in a different way, coming on from a different angle, you can also do that with the show transition. I'm going to add a small delay between the hide main camera and also show the other webcam, which again is another toggle OBS source visibility. Basically, you just need to search for the source that you have, which might be character. Once the potato cam is shown, you want to turn off the party animation, so I'm just going to duplicate this. Drag it down by holding these 3 things. Go to edit, go to party, and now we're going to hide this one that's ticked. And then lastly, I'm going to edit the label to say that this is hidden. The next thing you want to do is put a delay of about 600 seconds, which is 10 minutes. Change your label, make it main delay. And this is basically however long you want this character to stay on the screen. Once the delay is done, you're going to want to show the out animation, which is our balloon. To do this, it's another toggle OBS source visibility. Change the label so that we know what it is, and then add some delays before the hide. So now we have the party animation coming in after the main delay. The next thing we want to do is hide the potato cam, or hide your character. To do this, I'm just going to duplicate because I'm lazy. Go to Edit, find your source, and click Hide. Don't forget to edit the label. I find it easier to duplicate the delays. Next thing you want to do is show your main camera again. Again, I'm just going to duplicate it. It's easiest to do. Find the one that you hid, press Show, and edit the label. Add another little delay. Find your party animation for the out, which is our balloon. Duplicate this, and we're going to turn this off at the end. Edit effect, party out, hide. Add another delay. Again, the delays are optional. Sometimes I find that this just helps the channel reward to go smoother. I'm going to duplicate that last one, which is the first thing that we did. So it turns the whole scene off. So this is roughly what yours should look like. It's turning on your scene, and then it's also turning on your animation to introduce your character. It's hiding your main camera, it's showing your character camera, it's hiding the animation again, basically just so it shuts down the source. The main delay, how long you want your character to stay on the screen before it takes it out. Party animation, which is taking out. Hide your potato cam, show your main camera, and then just turn off the scenes. It's pretty simple. We're gonna test this in a second, so instead of having this 600-second delay so we don't have to wait for testing, I'm gonna set it to 5. I'm gonna keep the thing to main delay so I know which one it is that I need to change back. And then save it. So now you have your party tato test down here. It's active, it's unpaused. And if we take this off the screen and go over to our OBS, move this over and select party tato test, and this should work. If not, we're gonna adjust it. Press play. There we go. There's a potato. Wait 5 seconds. Okay, well, my sources might not be lined up correctly, but you get the idea. Once you're happy with the adjustments that you've made to your OBS scenes for the party animation, make sure you go back into your channel reward and click on the main delay and make sure that it's back up at 600 seconds rather than the 5 seconds that you were using for testing. On SalBerry, there is also a cue set that you can use to make sure that nothing gets played over the potato. Sometimes they don't mesh with each other if you have different ones playing, or if it uses your main camera, it can mess up. So I like to put mine on a timing and make sure that this effect lasts for 620 seconds. That way it covers all the bases, including the amount of time for the main delay and any sources. After that, any of the redemptions that were played during this time will play after it's finished. Lastly, if you're only wanting this to show up on a certain scene, click on your events on SalBerry and make sure you come down here and make a new event. I've already got one here called Dino Potato On, so I'll just quickly have a look at this one. It's basically the same thing. Click on Edit. So on Twitch, I only want my redemption to be shown available and actually redeemable on one scene, which is my game scene. So I have this trigger set to OBS scene change, the name I just set in myself, and then the filter should be set to the scene name is game scene, and when the scene name is game scene, the updated channel reward is set to on. And if we have a look at the off one, it's all the same information, but the scene name is not game scene. The updated channel sets it to off, so it turns it on and off, which you can see here. Keep an eye on the Dino Potato. It's currently set to disabled because I'm on not the game scene. If I click on the game scene, it sets itself to active. If I click on any other scene, like a face scene, it turns itself back off. Very simple, very easy to do, and it's something that you will need to set up if you only want it on one scene. So that was the basics of how I do my potato redeems over on Twitch. This is the simplest version I could show you, but once you get to know the basics, you can try adding in some movement into your characters' intros and outros, kind of like this. Alright!
5 minutes later.
I looked weird. Ah! No! I've achieved this by using the OBS plugin called Move, and I think it adds an extra level to them, and all you need to do is activate a filter alongside your sources in whatever Streamerbot you're using at the time. And that's it! I'm no pro at this, and if I've explained something poorly, I can only apologize. These videos can be a little bit difficult for my foggy little brain, so if you do need help with anything that you've seen here, just let me know in the comments down below, and I will see if I can help. And of course, if you want to see the potatoes in action, consider dropping me a follow over on Twitch or even YouTube or even on TikTok if you prefer. I hope this helped some of you. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye!